S4E5. Welcome to my video. This is going to be my thoughts on The Walking Dead Season 4, Episode 5, Internment. The episode is rated TVMA, so will this video be, like all other videos I've done on the show so far, absolutely love this episode. There will be spoilers for the episode, all the ones leading up to it. Let's dive right in. So yeah, I mean, I knew it was coming, but it still hits like, yeah. Of course, a bunch of the infected are going to turn, and they're just, yeah, the chaos as they try to fight. Okay, let's see. I think I do want to talk some about, yeah, we don't see an awful lot of the medicine crew, so I'll just briefly talk. Yeah, great to see them return. I really dug the moment of, Michonne being like, "You coming?" and Darcy's like, "Hell yes!" and they get in the car and her smile and they drive. Just yeah. I'm so digging this whole thing of her being more of a people person now that she's, around people. There's community, and just, yeah. And the thing with, now that Daryl and Carol might be no more because Carol is not at the prison, yeah, it's going to be a powerful scene, and I look forward to it when Rick explains to Daryl about Carol. And I do appreciate, Herschel say, you should talk to Rick about this. And also the thing about she's okay. It's not, because obviously that's where your head goes first. Let's see. Yeah, Tyrese rejoining Sasha and Dr. S delivering for the patients. I think that's it for them. Yeah, the palpable disappointment when, like, obviously Maggie is happy to see Rick back safe, but she was hoping the car that was pulling up was going to be the medicine crew. I think, yeah, it did not feel like they were just kicking the can down the road by not having Daryl and Rick talk Carol in this episode, because we do have the really great scene of Maggie being told, and I really appreciate, yeah, he is telling the truth. Sometimes in the past he did not 100% come forward when he had done something that, people didn't necessarily agree with. It would, be like pulling tooth to get it out of him. Understandable. It's very human to not want to, but yeah, now he realizes he has to share, and yeah, like her face, just, and her saying, you made the right call. If I were in your situation, I don't know if I could have done it, but I think it was right to do, and yeah, the fence, it's established early on, there's getting to be a lot of walkers. Okay, we'll put up these, and we see Maggie by herself killing a bunch of walkers with the melee weapon, and it's like, it's going to take her forever. She could be there for like an hour, and there'd still be some left. We've already been told that every so often more come by, so, yeah, and let's see, yeah, that was also really great with, Rick running up and Carl, I need your help. Let's see, yeah, and right, I quite appreciate it. It's a little thing, but sometimes the little things make up life. In case anyone was thinking, where are they, they have a lot of these poles for, for reinforcing the fence. Where do they come from? Well, we see Maggie with a, I guess it's more of a fire axe than a wood cutting axe. Axe experts, let me know in the comments. I might have that backwards, but yeah. um, you know, they're using the axe to chop down wood, and yeah, I mean, the prison, there's plenty of wood that they could chop down, you know. So yeah, makes perfect sense. And let's see, yeah, incredibly intense, like, I guess action climax is appropriate to say, with the three different, you know, you got Maggie trying to get into the quarantine ward. You've got the two. Am I really okay? This will not stand. I'm gonna get the name real quick. The Grimes, two generations of Grimes, gunning down. You know, that was also like, holy crap! He actually did give him an assault rifle. And it was a great moment when Carl throws Rick a clip to reload. He really is getting to a place where he can be an enormous help, and Rick is starting to appreciate that more. And it's a great moment in a young person's life when their parents start to see, wow, they're really grown up. They're actually, you know, yeah. And I did also appreciate them, you know, the farmer thing. You know, you didn't wake me up. I gotta talk to Daryl now. You know, like, can we do a thing together? You know, it's like, no, soon. You know, I like that he picked up. He is becoming a better father. You know, he stopped hallucinating Lori, but I like to think she's looking down on them and smiling. And let's see, yeah, it was great. You know, they go up and they pick out the thing and they eat it. Just the you know, yeah. I have never worked on a farm, but I have heard from people close to me it can be, you know, it's tough work. It's not like a picnic, but it can be incredibly rewarding. You know, you really see the fruits of your labor, sometimes literally. You know, it's significantly more satisfying than some office work, for example. And in general, you know, working for a large corporation under capitalism can really be soul-crushing. Yeah, I think... Right. Let's see. So yeah. Quarantine ward. The Grimes'... Crap, what was the third one? Oh, right. The chaos inside the quarantine ward, I think those were the three. Yeah, Maggie trying to get to the quarantine ward, and yeah. Let's see, yeah, as usual, great zombie stuff. I didn't need to know that I didn't need to see that apparently dogs like eating at walkers who are still alive. Like, I mean, I can understand it. It tracks, you know, but holy shit. And they make a point to make it clear, no, that the walker's still alive. You know, it's moving. Yeah. The great with there's one walker where it's like missing its lower jaw and its face is all like, it looks like the Crypt Keeper. Should I not make that reference? Do I not get to? I haven't watched that movie. I like the, you know, I like other stuff with both of the female leads. I probably will watch at some point. You know, yeah. I thought Lindsay Lohan did amazing in The Parent Trap. Way too many to list for Jamie Lee Curtis. I guess I'll just briefly rattle off. So, you know, some of the top ones would be the original Halloween, the H40 trilogy, the... hold on. This will not stand. I definitely remember Scream Queens, you know, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Bear, like, it's just, yeah. Moving on. Right. One point at the fence, you know, one of the zombies manages to grab Rick's foot, and Maggie, like, chops its hand off. Like, yeah, take that, Miranda Richards zombie. I'm glad she's still getting work. I would think she would still get more high-profile stuff, but seriously though, Blackadder, Spider, just amazing performances by her. I think everything I've seen Miranda Richardson in, I've really, really liked her performance. Yeah. Let's see. Her Blackadder character, she made it so much more than it could have been. Like, on paper, it's not necessarily the most, compelling, but just the energy she puts into it, just, yeah. Let's see. And Spider, fuck. I can't say enough good about it. I already made a video specifically on Spider, right, where I talk about her performance. Just spectacular. Yeah. I feel like there's something else. Obviously, there's some stuff left about the climax. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I love the little moment of, Maggie gets in there and, Herschel, like, just removes the blood. It's such a sweet, tender moment. Just like, because it is, he was supposed to help her, just, oh, God. One thing I definitely gotta say is, goddamn, if they hadn't keep the fucking radio distracting them, if they might have been able to save more people if they had gotten there just a tiny bit fucking sooner. But yeah, I think I've said what I really want to about the whole fence situation. Then we have, Maggie, strives with the accidents of breaking. She goes to the visitor room, and there's the dead body is still there. Shoots, gets in there, and the thing with, she did basically, she was so determined to save Herschel that, because the mask, is, she risks Glenn. And I really appreciate, Herschel is still that self-sacrificing. He's like, no, don't worry about me. We got to get the mask off. Let's see. Which, I appreciate, in 2013, that was less of a problem. I think today, I don't love how many Americans have gone mask off. Let's see. I think... Is it ironic that a lot of the people who went mask off were anti-mask during COVID? Anyway. Yeah. The whole thing with, because, Herschel is trying to get trying to keep it secret from everyone there. And, he's like, okay, keep... it's Dr. S who points out, keep the cell doors shut. And the thing, doctors make the worst patients. Yeah. Let's see. And it starts small. It's just one. But that one walker gets the jump on Herschel, and then he has to struggle. And then, even though he said, stay in your cells, and it is like... he struggles with that walker for a little bit. But, out comes, the guy with the gun. It's conservatives with guns in America. Yeah. And of course, he's attacked. The gun goes off. He shoots one of the other survivors who was also trying to help, and I do appreciate, I always, usually, mostly, appreciate when American media conveys the truth that, it's borne out by statistics. If you have a gun in your home, you are more likely, it's more likely that the gun will hurt someone you don't want it to than you stopping an intruder with it, let's see. Yeah, his not listening to the guy in charge and wanting to be a hero actually makes things worse. And let's see, yeah, I quite appreciated, Rick saying, no, Maggie, go to the, quarantine ward, because, is that your father in there? Whereas, I mean, Rick, there's not really anyone in there, for him. Not even Carl. The other Carl. Crap. I don't actually... Carl Carlson, I think they ended up calling him. Yeah. Let's see. Yes. There's something else I wanted to... I think that is it about... Yeah. Lizzie with the Tom Sawyer, and she's walking away. Come on, Henry, follow me. And she said, he left Glenn alone, so I thought maybe he would listen. She's really... at some point, she's in for a rude awakening. She's going to realize, no, walkers are not friends. They're also not food. Yeah, they just... Yeah. I think that might just about... And, ironically, I mean, she did manage to get Henry away from... I mean, she needed rescuing afterwards, but it also... There was a little bit there where Henry wasn't hurting anyone. I like the thing with, Sasha's being like, I don't even know what I'm saying. Yeah, she is delicious. I mean, if you're a walker. Otherwise, she's delirious. And, yeah, I like the thing, I don't know if that's a compliment or not. That I will take as a compliment. Just amazing. I think we all deserve a Herschel in our lives. I'm fortunate enough to have one. My heart goes out to anyone who doesn't. So, not every member of the council is here. I think we should make some new rules before they return. Spaghetti Tuesdays, I think we should make it Wednesdays. We just need some spaghetti. Oh my god. Yeah. I just want to reach into the screen and give him a big hug. Yeah. Let's see. I think that might just about cover the entire episode. Let's see. Yeah, the thing with, they don't want to kill I forget his name, but one of them died from infection, and it's like, okay, well, let's try to get him away so people don't see. I mean, yes, they know, but they don't have to see. And the bit where Herschel also has to lure, at least one away because the kids are right there, yeah. I think... does that cover everything? Yeah. Really, really tense when several of them, someone has collapsed. Sasha collapses. She was dehydrated. Glenn is lying there, blood coming out of his mouth, like, holy crap. I was genuinely worried he was done for. I'm relieved that they made it back in time. Let's see. I think... oh, right, the thing with, everybody has a job. Yours is to read Tom Sawyer, finish it by, before tomorrow. I won't be able to do it because there'll be too little light, yeah. Trying desperately to maintain her innocence as long as he can. Yeah. Right. The things, they put in the mouth and squeeze. That was also really, at close to the start of the episode, I want to say, that was very, The Walking Dead became ER just briefly. Let's see, but yeah, you know, gotta make sure that yeah, he gets air. You know, just his condition has gotten pretty bad. He can't breathe without oxygen. No, I didn't get my medical degree on the internet.